Your body doesn't ask for your permission when it starts to slip. It doesn't send a formal invitation to your decline, and it certainly doesn't wait until you feel ready to grow old. It happens in the quiet, microscopic spaces between your cells. Right now, as you watch and listen to this, 3 invisible shifts are occurring inside you that 99% of people won't notice until the damage is permanent. You probably think you're safe. You exercise, you eat clean, you feel energetic. You believe your health is a fortress because you've done everything right. You are wrong. That belief is the trap. I am Dr. Marisol Grant. For more than 29 years, I have studied aging patterns in over 9,500 patients. I have watched strong people become uncertain on their feet. I have watched independent people start asking for help with tasks they used to do half asleep. I have watched confidence drain away, not because someone stopped trying, but because biology quietly rewired the rules. And last week, a man sat in my clinic and said 5 words that haunt every professional in my field. I thought I had more time. His name is Victor. You would have liked him. Most people do. At 75, he looked like the kind of man who had done everything right. 4 years ago, he was cycling, traveling, lifting his grandchildren with ease. The kind of grandfather who picks a kid up with one arm and laughs like it is nothing. The kind of man who would hear other people complain about getting old and think, "Not me, I take care of myself." Then he leaned forward in my office chair and tried to button his shirt cuff. His fingers fumbled, not dramatically, not like a movie, just enough to make him stop, just enough to make him stare at his own hands with a kind of disbelief, like the hands belonged to someone else. That moment is how it starts for many people. Not a crisis, not an ambulance, just a small task that suddenly feels harder than it should. A shirt button, a jar lid, a step down from a curb. Victor told me he did not understand it. He still exercised, he still ate clean, he still felt strong. He believed he was the exception. But aging follows biology, not optimism. That is the shattered illusion. The moment you realize your good habits do not give you immunity, they give you advantages. They buy time, but they do not stop the invisible system changes unless you train the right systems. You are not failing. The system is shifting. I want you to hear that clearly. This is not about laziness. This is not about willpower. This is about hardware. Your nervous system changes, your inner ear changes, your muscles and bones change, your body's internal map changes. And if you do not train those systems on purpose, they degrade quietly. When Victor walked into my clinic, he did not look like a man who had given up. He looked like a man who had been blindsided. He looked like someone who did everything right and still got hit from an angle he never saw coming. That is why this matters to you, because the same pattern is happening in millions of people who still feel fine today. If you are in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, there is a good chance you have already felt a hint of it. A moment of dizziness when you stand up too fast, a tiny wobble when you turn quickly, a split-second delay when you react to something unexpected. And you brush it off. You tell yourself, it was nothing. You tell yourself you are tired. You tell yourself it is normal. It is common, yes, but common does not mean harmless. The first hidden shift usually happens in your balance system. Inside your inner ear, there are tiny fluid-filled chambers that feed your brain constant information about movement and stability. When you are younger, the signal is crisp, like a high-speed connection. As you age, those structures weaken. The signal becomes less reliable. Not enough to knock you down right away, just enough to make your brain start guessing. And when your brain starts guessing, your confidence starts shrinking. Some seniors describe it as dizziness. Some call it lightheadedness. Some say, "I just feel unsteady." Many do not even use those words. They just start moving differently. They reach for walls. They stop taking stairs. They avoid uneven ground. They stop walking in certain places. They shrink their world. I remember Elena, 72. She walked into my clinic wearing athletic shoes and a proud smile. She told me she felt strong. She told me she did not need help. Then I asked her to stand on one foot. She put her arms out, braced, and lifted her foot. 1 second, 2 seconds. She wobbled hard and had to catch herself. Her face changed, not because she was embarrassed, because she was shocked. She expected her muscles to hold, but it was not her muscles. It was her balance network fading. Now, here's the part I want you to do with me right now. This is your living room test. No special equipment, no appointment, just truth. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair. Place 2 fingers lightly on it for safety. Now lift 1 foot. Try to hold for 10 seconds. If you cannot hold, if you wobble immediately, if you feel your body panic, do not blame yourself. Your system is giving you information. That information is gold because it means you can act before independence slips further. Elena did. I gave her one simple daily habit: stand on one leg while brushing her teeth. That's it. No fancy program, no gym, no 2-hour routine, just a tiny daily signal to her nervous system that said, wake up, rebuild the connection, relearn stability. Within 6 weeks, she came back and stood on 1 foot without fear. Her shoulders relaxed, her eyes softened. She smiled like she had gotten something back that she didn't know she was losing. That is what the right training does. It restores control. Now, let's talk about the second hidden shift, because it is just as dangerous and it hides even better. Reaction speed. When you are younger, your body responds instantly to sudden movement or danger. A child runs into the road and you stop. A glass tips off the counter and you catch it. You step on a slippery patch and your body corrects before you even think. As you age, nerve signals slow down. The brain can still recognize what needs to happen, but the message arrives late, like a warning siren that starts after the crash. John, 74, terrified himself on the road. He told me he saw the brake lights ahead. He knew what to do. He moved his foot, but his foot hesitated. It was not indecision, it was delay. His brain reacted quickly. His body lagged behind. If you drive, you need to understand this. You can feel sharp and still be slower than you think. So here is another living room test. Keep it simple. Stand with your hands in front of you. Have someone drop a small object like a pen or a key from shoulder height. Try to catch it. Or do a quick tap test. Tap your index finger to your thumb as fast as you can for 10 seconds. Notice if your rhythm stutters. Notice if speed feels harder than it used to. You are not trying to prove you are good or bad. You are trying to detect change early, while change is still reversible. John started doing reaction drills, coordination games, and cognitive training exercises. Small things, quick bursts. The point is not exhaustion. The point is to remind your nervous system that speed matters, that quick correction is part of staying independent. A few weeks later, his confidence behind the wheel returned. Not the careless confidence of denial, the grounded confidence of a man who trained the right system. Here is what most people do wrong. They only train what they can feel. They train muscles they can see. They train endurance they can measure. They train weight loss or steps or heart rate. But the systems that often decide your freedom are the ones you do not notice until they fail. Balance, reaction, coordination, the invisible wiring. Victor did not know that. He trained hard, he ate well, he thought feeling strong meant being safe. Then his body showed him the truth. And balance and reaction are only the early warnings. They are the first cracks in the wall. After that come the deeper forces that change daily life.
muscle loss that steals strength quietly, bones that weaken without pain, a body map that drifts so you misjudge where your feet land, a slower reflex that cannot save you in time, and the biggest trap of all, fear, the kind that makes you move rigidly and makes you more likely to fall. That is what we are going to confront next, because aging is inevitable. Losing control of your life is not. You already know this now. Aging does not arrive with a dramatic announcement. It slips in quietly. It rewrites small systems first: balance, reaction, coordination. Then it moves deeper: strength, bones, awareness, confidence. By the time many people feel scared, the damage has often been building for years. But this chapter is not about fear. This chapter is about control. Not control over aging itself, control over how much of your freedom you keep. When Victor returned to my office months after his first visit, he looked different. Not younger, not magically healed, but steadier, calmer, more certain in how he moved. He walked in without hesitation. He sat without lowering himself slowly in fear. He stood up without pushing off the chair. He told me, "I feel like I got my freedom back." That is what the right micro battles can do. Let us talk about the next invisible enemy: muscle loss, the quiet thief of strength. Muscle loss has a clinical name, sarcopenia, but the science behind it is simple. As you age, your body slowly reduces muscle tissue unless you actively signal that you still need it. Think of it like this: if your body believes a muscle is rarely used, it starts shutting it down to save energy. It is not that you are becoming weak, it's that your body is reallocating resources without asking you. Liana, 70, came to me frustrated. She was not trying to become an athlete, she just wanted daily life to feel normal again. Opening a jar had become a struggle. Carrying grocery bags felt heavier than it should. Getting up from a low chair felt like a negotiation. She told me, "I feel like my body is quietly shrinking." She was not imagining it. So, here's your living room test. Sit at a chair with your arms crossed over your chest. Now stand up, then sit back down. Count how many times you can do that in 30 seconds without using your hands. If it feels harder than expected, that's not failure, that's data, that's early warning, and early warning means you can reverse the trend. Liana started with just 15 minutes of resistance training each morning. Simple movements, chair stands, wall push-ups, light dumbbells, no extremes, no punishment, just a daily signal to her body that said, "Keep this strength, I still need it." Within months, she carried her groceries without planning her route around fatigue. She opened jars without bracing herself. She stopped feeling fragile. Muscle does not disappear because you're lazy. It disappears because the system needs reminding. Bone density, when the frame becomes chalk. Bones weaken silently. Unlike muscles, bones don't ache when they lose density. There's no pain to warn you, no signal that says something is wrong. Many people only learn their bones have weakened after a fracture. Samuel, 76, slipped on a wet sidewalk. Not a dramatic fall, not a high-impact crash, just a small misstep. But when he landed, his hip fractured. Later, doctors explained the truth. The bone was already fragile. The fall didn't cause the weakness existed first. Think of bones like chalk, strong when dense, brittle when hollowed out over time. Here's a simple awareness test you can do. Step up onto a low stair or sturdy platform. Step down. Notice how controlled you feel. Notice if you hesitate. Notice if impact feels jarring or unstable. You're not testing bravery, you are testing structural confidence. Weight-bearing exercise sends bones a powerful message. Stay strong. Impact movements, even light ones like gentle hops or brisk walking, stimulate bone renewal. Combined with proper calcium and vitamin D intake, this can slow or even improve bone density. Samuel began a careful program of weight-bearing activity. He learned to trust movement again. He learned that strength is not about avoiding motion, but about choosing the right kind. Proprioception, when your inner GPS drifts. There's another invisible system most people never think about until it fails. Proprioception. It's your body's sense of where it is in space, your internal GPS, the system that tells you how high to lift your foot, where to place it, how far to reach without looking. As you age, that internal map can drift.
Adrian, 78, kept stumbling. He believed he was lifting his feet high enough. He believed he was stepping clearly over curbs, but his brain's estimate did not match reality. His feet landed lower than he thought. That mismatch caused repeated trips and near falls. Try this living room test. Walk heel to toe in a straight line as if you were walking on a narrow beam. Do it slowly. Feel how your body adjusts. Notice if you sway or lose alignment. Or close your eyes and reach for an object on a table. Notice if your hand lands exactly where you expected. These small tests reveal how accurate your internal map still is. Adrian practiced heel-to-toe walking daily. He added blind reach drills. Slowly, his coordination improved. His steps became more confident. His fear of unexpected stumbles faded. Your body's GPS can be retrained. It is not lost, it is just out of calibration. Slower reflexes, the delay that causes falls. When you were younger, losing balance triggered an instant correction. A foot shot out, a hand grabbed a surface. Your body saved you before you even noticed danger. With age, that response slows. What once took a fraction of a second can take twice as long. That delay turns a near miss into a fall. This is not about clumsiness. It is about processing speed. Here is another living room test. Stand near a wall, take a small step forward, now quickly step back as if you just noticed something on the floor. Notice how fast your body reacts. Or toss a soft object from one hand to the other and see if your timing feels sharp or hesitant. Reflexes respond to training. Movement-based games, hand-eye coordination drills, light agility work, even playful activities can sharpen reaction time. You are not trying to become fast like an athlete. You are training your body to save you when it matters. Fear, the multiplier that increases risk. Now we need to address the most overlooked danger, fear. After one fall or near fall, many seniors begin to move differently, slower, more cautiously, more rigidly. They tense their muscles, they hold their breath, they lock their joints. That tension feels protective, but rigid movement increases instability. Clara, 73, fell once. It was minor, no major injury, but afterward she began to fear falling again. Her steps became stiff, her shoulders tightened, her movements became controlled to the point of restriction. Ironically, that made her more likely to stumble. Confidence training helped her more than rest ever could. Gradual exposure to movement, slow rebuilding of trust in her body, safe environments where she could move freely without panic. Here is a test you can try. Walk across a room while slowly turning your head side to side. Notice if your body tenses. Notice if your steps become smaller or uncertain. If fear controls your movement, that is not weakness. It is your mind trying to protect you in the wrong way. Confidence can be retrained. So can calm. The iterative loop: problem, science, human, solution. Each of these changes follows the same pattern. A hidden system weakens, a person feels a subtle loss of confidence, a small daily habit restores part of what was fading. Balance improved for Elena, reaction sharpened for John, strength returned for Leanna, bone health stabilized for Samuel, coordination improved for Adrian, confidence rebuilt for Clara.
None of them needed extreme routines. They needed consistent signals to the right systems. This is not about pushing harder. It is about training smarter. Victor's redemption, the return of freedom. When Victor first came to me, he looked like a man who had been caught off guard by time. He did not feel defeated. He felt betrayed by his own body. We worked through the same micro battles: balance, reaction, strength, awareness, confidence, small daily actions. No punishment, no shame, just focused correction. Months later, he walked into my office with a different posture. His steps were more certain. His movements were smoother. His eyes carried less worry. He said, "I feel like I got my freedom back." That line stays with me, because freedom is not just about travel. It is about standing up without fear. It is about carrying your groceries. It is about walking across a room without thinking about falling. It is about trusting your body again. The final truth you need to hear: aging is inevitable. Your biology will change, but losing control of your life is not inevitable. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of time. You are not required to accept silent decline. The real question is this: will you evolve with your body, or will you let time leave you behind?